Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. Bang, 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 boom, boom. Appreciate the support. We out here, man. 33 years of prison stories. We rolling into 2023. Let's get it. We're on the road to 100K, man. It's taking a minute. We still up in them 70s, man. But let's get there, man. Hit that subscribe button if you ain't hit it yet. You know, tell a friend to tell a friend, man, what we got going on over here, man. If you enjoy the content, man, I'm saying birds of a feather flock together. So the people that you're around probably enjoy it as well. So bring them on over here to this good positive energy, man. And let's keep it rolling in 2023. Let's get that plaque up on the wall, man. 100K. Certify us, man. Put us right in the game. Man, today I wanted to talk to y'all about serious issue in prison, especially now with all the gangs and stuff coming in, man. These young versus old, man. Dudes who've been in that penitentiary doing time and them put in some work and them put in years and decades in that prison. You know, they at risk, man, because these young cats coming in who don't know the rules of prison, who trying to get a reputation for themselves, who trying to, you know, establish their self in the penitentiary, man. You know, they're trying to take your reputation because they figure you old and they figure you know, you ain't gonna do nothing or you not capable of doing what you used to do, but you got a name in the penitentiary. They gonna challenge you, man. They gonna challenge you, and that puts you at risk because, you know, you could still have a shot to get out the door. And then all of those little situations are setbacks. And then these older cats, they ain't playing with you, man. If they do something to you, it's going to be serious. It ain't going to be like these young dudes coming in here off the street thinking, oh, they're going to get to fighting or they can beat them up or they going to, you know, get the lip bust. No, man, these dudes going to poke holes in you, man. They're going to poke holes in you where you might need a surgeon, you know, to save your life, you know. So it's crazy, though, and it's different. That's the era. That's the changing of the penitentiary. Because when I first came in, it was understood. You know, it was understood. That was one of the first things they take. Don't play with these old dudes, man. Oh, man, this dude been locked up 20 years. And this dude been locked up 30 years. You know what I'm saying? And you knew if they was still walking upright and they had a reputation and they won't, you know, all, you know, beat up or nothing or cut all up or scarred all. You knew that they knew how to survive in the penitentiary. It was common sense. You know what I'm saying? So don't judge them by their physicality or what they look like, or do they look like they're capable of whooping you. And see, that's where the misunderstanding come in at. These young dudes that come in now, they look at a dude and they see he got gray hair, or they see he ain't got no muscles, or he ain't look like he worked out. They think that that's a sign of weakness, or they can, oh yeah, I can, man, I beat that old man to death. Oh, I knocked that old man out. Nah, you better not try it. You know what I'm saying? Because you probably could knock him out. You probably could beat him up. But is you going to survive what he going to bring back to you? Because he going to bring something back to you. It's going to be return to sender on that envelope right there. He going to come back and get you, man. You can believe that. Or he going to have somebody else do something to you. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it goes. Them dudes that's been doing that time and been endured all the things they have endured to still be alive and still be healthy in prison. All the things they had to endure from the administration, from being locked up. Them dudes ain't taking no losses like that, man. They not. They not taking no losses like that. Even if they on their way out the door, they not going to do it. Because I remember when I was on my way out the door and, you know, or hoping that I was on my way out the door, I end up being on the way out the door. But, man, I won't go on for nothing. You won't walk up to me and put your hands on me and I won't do nothing. You won't go be talking greasy to me or just trying to humiliate me or trying to get some points off me without getting, you know, you won't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to maintain who you are all the way out the door until you out the door. When you get out here in society, that's when you got to try to get a mental adjustment that you can't deal with people out here how you had to deal with them in there. Because if you deal with people out here the way you dealt with them in there, guess what? You going back up in there. You know what I'm saying? You going back up in there because the only way that you can deal with people in prison, man, is through violence, man. That's the only communication that they understand. You know, that's the only communication that they understand, man, because all that talking is not going to get it. And the muscles, the gritting, that ain't going to get it. It may get you a little bit, but it's not going to get you, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to put some work in, and that's the understanding that you're going to have to get when you're dealing with these people, man. And, yeah, but I saw it changing because I was in prison so long. I saw it changing, you know, how the younger generation that was coming in now, and then especially, like I say, with this gang stuff, they don't understand and they don't have that total respect for a dude that done did that time. They thinking they coming in running the penitentiary. They thinking they coming in knowing what's going on because they was popping that pistol on the street and dudes was scared of them on the street, or they was getting money on the street, or now they come in because I'm a blood, I'm a crip, I'm a GD, and I automatically, nah, bro, it don't work that way. It don't work that way. The penitentiary is a different world. You know, it is a different world. The rules that apply out here do not apply in prison. They do not apply in prison. This is a whole new ball game that you in right here. And you need to know the rules, because if you don't know the rules, you will end up being a casualty. You know, you would definitely end up being a casualty. And I done seen a lot of young dudes over the years and decades play with these older dudes, man, and get themselves in a situation that they can't get out of. Because a lot of these dudes too, you know, they don't take apologies. You know what I'm saying? Some of these old cats in prison, they don't take apologies. You can't disrespect them. You can't call them the B word. You can't call them certain names and then you say, all right, well, my bad. Nah, they ain't accepting that. They gonna make you be held accountable for that. You know what I'm saying? In a physical way. They gonna make you be held accountable for that. And that's a lot of other things that go on in prison too. That's not with younger dudes. That go on with all ages groups of dudes. They'll bark loud at you in public and make everybody be looking and woo woo woo. And then they'll turn around and double back and try to apologize, you know, in private. They'll bark in public and try to apologize in private. But when you did it in public, you had the masses listening and it looked like that disrespect was on you. But then when you come back and apologize in private, it's only between us. So to the masses, it still looked like you still disrespected him in front of everybody else, which will, you know, probably lead to somebody else thinking that they could disrespect you. So you got to chop the head off of the snake. You got to stop it when it starts. So when them dudes do that and try to double back and try to apologize, nah, you got to go out there in this block and holler out, yeah, like little first graders and kids. Yeah, no, if you do it in public, you know, you apologize in public. You know what I'm saying? If you wanted to get some points and get some people looking at you like, oh man, he screamed on such and such. Yeah, well, you're going to have to belittle yourself and lower yourself to apologize in public or either be punished for it. Period. That's just the way it goes. Those are the rules in prison. You can't be trying to shine out there for everybody else and then come back, man, my bad, oh, I'm sorry. Man, dudes ain't trying to hear that. They not trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? And I remember I told y'all not long ago, I think I mentioned in one of my stories that I was telling, you know, about Spook Dust, man. Shout out to Spook Dust, man. I think Spook Dust is working on 51 years in prison, man. You know, that's one of P-Town's finest, man. I think Bo Billy, that's Bo Billy homeboy as well, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Bo Billy, free Bo Billy. Yeah, but, you know, I think them two dudes right there are probably the longest running incarceration from, you know, from P-Town. Both of them dudes been locked up since they was teenagers, and both of them is, you know, either at 50 or pulling over 50 years. You know what I'm saying? So needless to say, P-Town go hard, man. Portsmouth, Virginia, Portsmouth, stand up, man. Portsmouth go hard, man. They got some hard cats that came out of Portsmouth, man. They got some hard cats. And see, SpookDust was just up in reentry with me. Not reentry, but the program, the program that I had to go into before they put me in the reentry class. It was over there. You had to go to the receiving part before you actually go in the reentry class. And SpookDust was up there, but he was up there for a medical reason because he had to have medical surgery. But SpookDust was still up in the mountains. And he was up in the mountains because I told y'all right before then he was on the camp, and the young boy, was doing the same thing, talking that trash to him, telling him, oh man, y'all old heads, all y'all old dudes, y'all ain't good for nothing but this, that, and snitching and telling and stuff, man. Y'all ain't built like that no more. And he said that in public. And he embarrassing SpookDust, a dude who did, like I say, close to 50 years at the time. So that man ain't going for that. He ain't tolerating no disrespect whatsoever. But like I say, his physicality, you look at him, he ain't no big muscle dude. But he ain't to be played with under no circumstance. And dude said that, and he, tried to check him, and dude even got more belligerent, So, like I say, the next day, man, he catch him in the stairway, and he put that Bethlehem in that young boy, man. He put that Bethlehem in that young boy, and had that young boy up there begging for his life. And then he had this other old head with him. Shout out to Blunt. I think Blunt's still out there. Blunt probably in his 40s. And Blunt is like, man, Blunt like 5'5", man. Heavy set and everything. And it's cool old cat. Always just walking around, doing his time. Always got a state coat on. And Blunt speaking it. But Blunt ain't going to play with you neither. And he probably physically cannot whoop you. But I guarantee you, in Bethlehem, he trusts. He put that Bethlehem in, and he ain't gonna play with it. He's not gonna play with it. And he was holding SpookDust down. You know what I'm saying? In case the young dudes wanted to try to help him and they in a game that they don't know. They ain't on the streets. They ain't got no pistols. They can't get their homeboys to hold them down with the gun. Now you got to be hands on, and you got to be willing to take that. You got to be willing to take, and that's a task to ask somebody to do now for somebody else, let alone for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody ducking that Bethlehem, man. Don't nobody want that Bethlehem. They told you it's gonna go in like a lion and come out like a lamb, man. You don't want it. You don't want it, man. So when you dealing with dudes that ain't scared to use it and will use it, and they gonna use it with deadly force. They ain't trying to scratch you. They ain't trying to scare you. They ain't pump faking. No, they gonna be nah. Yeah, that's something serious, man. That's something serious, that's gonna put something on your mind, So yeah, but he ended up going in the mountains for that. And he been up there ever since. And then I'm going on my way out. This was years later, and I'm on my way out. He's still up in the mountains. He only down here because of, medical reasons. And as soon as his medical procedure is over and he cleared, he going back up in the mountains, which he probably back up in there now. But you got to think now, this is a dude that's still trying to get out of penitentiary, still trying to make parole, still trying to, see some freedom. But he not going to accept no level of disrespect. So just by you calling him a snitch or attaching snitch to his name, he going to move on that. And thinking about going home is going to lead from the forefront of his mind to thinking about who he is as an individual, and he not going to accept that. He not going to have people thinking that. He not going to have people, verbally spitting that out of their mouth, because if he don't straighten it, then somebody else going to say it. Then next thing you know is a rumor. Then next thing you know is all over. Then they saying, oh, he's snitching. Oh, such said he was snitching. He ain't do nothing. Nah, they not going to have it. They not going to have it, man. And I'm tell you, just like I say, the old dudes at risk, these young dudes at risk too. They at risk for losing their life. They at risk for, getting, irreparable damage done to them that cannot be restored. You take some shots, man. If you live, you got scars on. You might end up with a colostomy bag. You might end up getting hit in the eye and lose an eye. You might, anything can happen to you. So you come in this penitentiary, man, and you coming in there thinking that you're going to run some, or you coming in there thinking you're going to look at these older cats and they not a threat to you because physically they don't look like no threat to you. Man, you're going to be in for a world of hurt. You're going to be in for a world of hurt, man. And Yeah, Spook Dust is not, man, Spook Dust, I just told y'all, Spook Dust went up in the office. Spook Dust went up in the office and pulled the Bethlehem out on Booker. Because he ain't like the way Booker was talking to him in front of the female CO. Yeah, and threatened Booker. Yeah, these dudes do not accept that stuff, man. They ain't playing no games, man. They done been through too much. They done seen too much. They done endured too much to have you talk to them any kind of way or disrespect them or try to take something from them or try to belittle them in front of them. They not going to have it because they fought hard and been through battles that you couldn't imagine to earn their respect, to earn their name, to earn their, reputation. And they're not going to let you take it away from them just because you young and you in shape or you got a big mouth and you can talk that talk. Man, you going to get yourself hurt. You going to get yourself hurt, man, to the point where you can't recover, And like I said, over the years, it's gotten worse, but I've seen it so many times, man. So many times. I told y'all about P.I. I remember P.I. P.I. did close to probably 40 years too. P.I. was the dude that I, first purchased my first Bethlehem from when I was in the wall. Now, P.I. did a lot of time, and P.I. was physically not capable of whooping nobody. But P.I. was a weaponologist. P.I. gonna make that Bethlehem out of everything. That's the one I told y'all he had the Bethlehem made out of the fingernail clipper thing. P.I. will have a weapon on him, man, and it's going to most likely be some type of razor sharp something where it's going to slice you opposed to just poking you because he won't physically big enough to, be and being in a physical altercation, but he was very capable of like JD's Revenge with that razor, and just slice you up, and I can remember years later, I hadn't seen him for so long, but he came on Greensville, and he older than he probably been in his mid-60s or something. But he's still gambling. He still got the penitentiary life in him. He doing all these other things. And I can remember I told y'all one of them stories was in a poker game, and they arguing over poker. Always arguing over poker, over a hand, over the money, over the pot. And the dude was like, Keith, talking about, no, you ain't getting my hand. You crazy. You cheating old fool and blah, blah, blah. Man, I'll smack you, man. And P.I. stood up like, smack me then. Smack me then. And I'm saying to myself, man, you don't want to smack that man. And Keith, he in shape. He work out every day. He young at the time. He probably was about 30. You know what I'm saying? And, man, he would smack that man, He probably be somewhere there, either in a graveyard or laid up with a whole lot of cuts on his face because P.I. would have sliced him from ear to ear. And had he slapped him and he couldn't get to him, if he came back out on that yard or was sitting out there, he would have laid on him. He would have laid on him, man. Them dudes got patience of Job, man. They would lay on you and wait and catch you when you are not prepared or when you think everything is over and you think it's all good. They call rocking you to sleep. He will rock you to sleep. He would let you get his car. He might walk by you 1,000 times. He might speak and everything and nod his head, and on the 1,001st time, you could be sitting in that chow hall eating or something, and he might come up behind you and grab your chin and lift it up and slice your throat. And slice your throat, man. These are the type of games these older cats is playing in there. They playing for keeps. They not doing no joking. You know what I'm saying? They not doing it, and they not going to let you humiliate them. They not going to let you disrespect them. They not going to let you carry them to that level. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, if you lose your reputation in prison, you can lose your life. Because more people going to try you and more people going to play with you. You know what I'm saying? So eventually you're going to have to put in some work. So put the work in when it first happened. It's just that simple. Stop it at the beginning. And that's going to send a message just like it would send a message if somebody disrespect you and you don't do nothing. That message going to go out immediately. And just like if somebody disrespect you and you stop it right then, that message. So it all depends on what message you want to send out there. And like I say, these young dudes, man, they coming in there, especially with that gang stuff. You gotta pay to use the shower. You gotta pay to use the phone. You gotta pay to use the microwave. They putting these little young gang dudes all over, man, and y'all watch the shower. All right, y'all watch the phones. Okay, and then they labeling their phones. They labeling the shower. Oh, this a blood shower. This a Crip shower. You try to stop one of them one of them old heads from going to take a shower. Try to tax one of them old heads for taking a shower or using the microwave or using the phone. I guarantee you, it's gonna be some bloodshed, man. How you gonna come in the penitentiary and tell a man when he could take a shower or when he could use the phone or when he could use the microwave